Of the Credit Suisse news, it seems that over the weekend we had a bunch of professionals, and even before this weekend, over the course of since this whole thing started with the AMC and GameStop, we had a bunch of professionals, Wall Street traders, portfolio managers such as Peter Hann that have been kind of brought up in multiple occasions on my channel here because some of the insights he has on items that may potentially be directly or indirectly impacted to AMC and to other meme stocks when it comes to the short squeeze are usually very, very accurate and knowledgeable. So I want to share with you what he said, in the last day or so, how, this is really important to kind of get as somebody holding AMC and still looking forward to short squeeze, because I think at the end of the video, you want to make sure you get exactly checking something that a lot of people are not doing and may pretty much cause them to lose a ton of money or to miss making a ton of money on this stock. So Peter Hann is a portfolio manager over Canada, all right, and this is a LinkedIn account where he, is posting most of, his, articles or analysis or just opinions around what's going on with AMC. So this was posted on LinkedIn yesterday, and it says it's pretty common knowledge that on the net this weekend that Credit Suisse is highly likely to be the rumored major global financial institution on the brink. In other words, on the edge of maybe falling down. The CEO has said the firm's capital position is strong, but of course, Lincoln's comparisons to what Bear Stearns and Lehman said in 2008. Remember, these were the two initial big banks that were too big to fail that caused, what we call the financial crisis or the big financial crisis of 2008. And before everything crumbled down, they also said that don't worry, don't panic, everything is fine. We have enough, capital to be as strong as we can. Turns out that just a few months after, boom, wasn't the case. All right. Now, adding to the speculation, it's a closed door meeting for the Fed Reserve. So the Fed Reserve had an emergency meeting this Monday, So what could be that emergency meeting Monday? All right. Many things. We're going to go over that in another video. But the thing is, all this is interesting and it will tie back to AMC one way or another, because Credit Suisse was an aggressive seller and of AMC in dark pools in February and March of 2021. And as a prime broker of Archegos, it was speculated that it was total return swap related for Archegos. Now, Archegos long positions is what blew it up, the whole thing, with Credit Suisse, taking a huge hit, but nothing was ever said about its short positions. Now, it may have been that Archegos did not directly short AMC. However, we've seen some very stupid behavior from many so-called smart players over the last few years, and Credit Suisse in particular has shown stupidity on multiple counts. CS and CDS, credit default swaps, are at levels never seen since 2008, and their share price of Credit Suisse has fallen. Now, some get some AMC popcorn and watch the show unfold for next week. So this is actually this week because that was on Sunday. And I want to kind of use this as a preview or an illustration and get this chance to kind of give you guys my opinion around what I see this thing unfold. The first thing is, when people see kind of things, it's exciting, all right? It's very exciting, but let's not forget that, as I mentioned, I think a black swan event, meaning something that nobody encountered, nobody factored in, nobody expected, will be definitely what will cause the mother of all short squeezes. That being said, this is exciting news, but we have to take this with a certain level of expectations, because when it comes to AMC for the last 2.5 years, it has always come down to setting up expectations. Why am I saying that? Well, for obvious reasons. Number one, there have been a multiple count of black swan events. The war in Ukraine, Fed increasing interest rates, the China development business in crisis, the China economy coming down, the US economy possibly coming down with recession fears and depression fears, interest rates going up for, the seventh time in 1 year, interest rate going up around the world for the second or three times, third, fourth, fifth time just in a year. Archegos coming down, etc., etc. And the list goes on and on and on and on. But what happens? What happened so far? Well, pretty much nothing. By nothing, I mean the share price never even got to 45 or 50 or even 70. All right? Not even 78 for that matter. But all of these things were supposed to push the share price higher one way or another, but it didn't. Now, does that mean that it was a mistake to get excited to begin with? No. The thing with the AMC is this thing, this stock, this play is so much controlled and manipulated that everything that makes sense from a textbook perspective, everything that makes sense from what is supposed to happen with the markets just doesn't happen here, because they make sure, and by they, I mean the guys on the other side, of the trade, the shorts, they make sure that they can do everything in their power to suppress anything that can potentially put this thing back on the map, because that literally will mean the end for them, because in the process of doing that, they are just overextending themselves. They are overstressing the capacity in terms of leverage and everything. And that's why I think this is a ticking time bomb. And that's why I do believe a black swan event, something unexpected, something we didn't even think of, will be the trigger of the mother of all troll squeeze. If you do believe what I'm believing, please just type yes in the comment section. Otherwise, type no and let me know why you think so. Moving on with the video. In terms of expectation, this is exciting, as all of these other things, events, were also exciting, by the way. But the bottom line is the price is not moving. As a matter of fact, the price is way down prior to where we were just 2 months ago with APE being issued. Now, this is why I think exceeding expectations is really, 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 really the key in this play. I still believe AMC will do what it's supposed to do, for obvious reasons that we've been discussing on this channel since day one, and those are still intact. That's what I think. I may be wrong, but let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section below. Now, because of that, I'm just using this as kind of a retirement account, meaning I park the money there, I buy when I can. If I don't have the money to buy, for obvious reasons, then I don't buy. But my position is there, it's intact. My beliefs in the short squeeze happening have not changed, and that's why, in order to remain, calm and to move forward with other stuff, in order to either make more money, in recession fears, or to make sure, I am investing in other stuff, the stock market, outside of the stock market, real estate, to make sure I am building wealth outside of AMC, because when AMC does its thing, it's just going to be the cherry on top. All right. And that's why if these things even goes to another 2 years, because of my expectations and because of my attitude towards it, I think it's not going to ruin my sanity. Because if I don't have my sanity, how am I supposed to move forward with other investments? If I put except if I want to put everything into AMC, which I don't see anything wrong with that if it's what you believe. But the thing is, because I don't know exactly when this is going to happen, I have time to make money on some other place, on some other sectors, on some other aspects of investment as a whole. Maybe a business, maybe, as I mentioned, real estate, maybe, getting another job on the side, doing a side hustle, anything that can add me additional money. Because when this thing does what it's supposed to do, and I do believe it's going to do that, but it's going to be quick. It's going to be so quick that if you are not sharp, you're going to miss it, and you're going to, kind of pretty much remain holding the bags. And I don't want that for you and me after almost 3 years tracking this thing like it's a, hunt man, all right? Or a manhunt. So please set up your expectations, and let's get this session started in the comment section down below. I'll see you in the next one, folks.